Hi everybody, welcome to day 22, and what I thought I would do is just run you through some of the equipment that I use to run. Basically if you run, that's the nice thing about running is you don't need a lot of equipment. You need a good pair of shoes and probably a good running watch. So I'll share what I'm using right now for watches. I did another video on shoes. You can go back and watch that. I explained that Ultra is the brand that I've been using to run with. And there are a lot of great running brands, Asics and Brooks. Some people like the more barefoot kind of running styles. I did buy another pair of shoes as I've gone through this training, and I bought a pair of Ultras, an additional pair of Ultras that are Torin 7s, and these have been like the perfect shoe. It has a 33 millimeter stack height. It's a zero degree toe to heel drop, and they're super light. They're like, I think 283 grams. So it's been a perfect balance between just enough cushion for walking and lightness and stability for me. I really like them. They fit my foot really well. The watch I use is a Garmin Tactic watch. They make one that's very similar features that's called a Fenix 7 as well. I really like this watch. It'll track steps. It'll track free flight out of an airplane. It'll track your route with GPS. It's super accurate on the steps. I think one of the most accurate watches out there. The two features I love most about it is that it has this 30-day battery life. So the Fitbit, I think, is 7 days, and the Apple Watch, I think, is a day. So you got to charge that sucker every day. So you could literally like run out of juice on a run, which would be really depressing. So that's the first feature, the battery life. I got this for the battery life, and I kind of fell in love with all the features. I really like their app. And then the other feature this has, it has a flashlight on top. So when I'm out early in the morning, getting my shoes on and getting ready, I use this flashlight maybe 2-3 times a day. I really like the flashlight. It also can change colors. I can go like that and then flip it down, and it becomes green. I think the new ones are red. You can get like a basic model, and then you can get one that has a little bit better of a face. It's called an AMOLED version. This one is in a mold. When I bought this, that one wasn't out yet. If I were to go back, or if I replace this, I'll probably get the AMOLED version. And then the nice thing about this watch, you can see I have the orange band here. With a click, you can change the bands out really fast. So I actually have like 3 or 4 sets of different bands and colors. I have a leather band and some sports bands, so it's nice. I can change up the look of it. I did, for the first year when I was doing my challenges and things like this, I did use a Fitbit quite a bit, and it's a lot cheaper. The Garmin, I think I paid $1,000 for. The Fitbit, I paid under $100. It does a pretty good job. The Fitbit is a lot less accurate if you're driving, if you're typing on your computer, it's tracking steps like you're doing it. So I find that this one over tracks, and I'd rather be accurate and honest. But if you don't want to spend as much money, this is a really good option. The cheapest option is actually just to use your phone. The phone will track, but you have to make sure you're carrying your phone at all times. And the other thing that actually tracks my step and my sleep is I have an Oura Ring. I really like this. It helps me to focus on my sleep quality, and it tracks my readiness every day. So the Oura Ring and the Garmin feed into different apps. They both feed into something called Trainerize, which my coach tracks every day. So that's a really nice feature. Other tools that I use, just a few small things. If you want to track your heart rate, then you need to get a heart rate monitor. The watch will say it's tracking your heart rate, but it really isn't tracking your heart rate very well. So the heart rate is a lot more accurate, and as you start to run more, if you want to figure out what zone you're in, it's a really good idea to heart rate train. This particular million step challenge, I haven't been doing a lot of heart rate training, mainly because I've been walking, because I'm putting so many miles in. Most of the time it's just walking. I know my heart rate's going to be around 100. I'm not in any danger of going into like 130 or 140 unless I'm like kind of jogging up a hill. And so I can either maintain a slow jog that'll kick my heart rate up to about 120. If I'm doing a lot of that or longer distances, then I'll put that heart rate on just to make sure that I don't climb out of that zone. The other thing that I have is I have one of these Theraguns, and this is really good. This is a pro model. It has a little bit more power than the regular model. I don't think you need that extra power. I don't think it's worth the extra money actually, but when I bought it, I didn't know that. This is really good to get the lactic acid out of the thighs, and I also have a roller, and so I'll roll my thighs out as part of my stretching routine. The other thing that is a really cheap and good investment is just some kind of fanny pouch or something like this. I got this cheap one off Amazon. It's super bright. In Maine, it's actually pretty safe here. There's a lot of places you can run where you're not interacting with cars. When I'm on the East Coast and I'm on more busy roads and things like that, I'm wearing bright vests, and this helps to get some reflectiveness so that cars and other people can see you. And then the other thing is you can stuff your phone in there. And I've been experimenting with these gel packs. So if you're going out for a couple hours, it's good to take a couple hundred calories in the middle to keep your body hydrated. I also take some salt tablets. And then for water, I'm either normally carrying a flask, and sometimes I'll just, like, I have a couple Solomon backpacks. This is just a normal backpack, and I like the ones that have two side pockets. That way I can put 2 flasks in either of those side pockets. That works really good. This is a super light one. If I'm going out for a while, I might even bring some water inside there. And then I've just recently bought the Salomon vest, which is a vest with 2 water pockets in the front. I actually haven't used that yet, but I'm planning on doing a 24-hour kind of walk, max step walk, and I'll utilize that. When I did a 13-hour kind of jog walk this summer, but I was circling around my own aid station, so I had food and salt tablets and water and electrolytes and things there. But when I do the 24-hour here in Spain, the route that I've picked is 3 hours, so it's like an hour and a half out, an hour and a half back. So this is going to be important because it's going to allow me to carry probably, it has 2 liters in the front, and it also has a backpack, so I can have it's like a water pouch. I can have an extra water, and then I can stuff the gel packets or other food inside there, so I can be staying hydrated and eat along the way. Basically, if you're going to do like a 12-hour, 24-hour, you want to be taking in around 150 to 200 calories every hour. So because you're going to be burning probably 6,000 to 8,000 calories on an ultra or something like that. So those are mostly my tools. I really like, of all of the things I've just showed you, the Garmin's kind of my go-to tool. I check that every day. It connects to my app. And besides that, just finding a really great pair of shoes that you feel comfortable in to protect the legs is probably, I would say, the 2 most important things. And then maybe the third is the heart rate strap. Because the zone training, I think if you're really if you want to start to increase your distances and also decrease your resting heart rate, I have another video on that. You can go back. The zone training is really important. Okay, so that's it. Have fun with it. Whatever you do, I know people that don't run with watches. Some people run barefoot. Some people don't take water. So it's more important you just get out there and do it. I've kind of been experimenting and finding what works for me over the last couple of years as I've gotten a little bit more fit. And now to the point where I'm close to doing, I think on this challenge, I'll do probably 700 miles this month. It's kind of hard to believe you don't need too much more than a pair of shoes and a watch to track your steps to be able to do that. The human body is just truly amazing. So thanks for joining me on this journey. This is day 22. Almost there. I think eight days to go here. I've taken it easy the last couple days. It's kind of funny. I've been doing 30,000 steps the last 2-3 days, and that's kind of like my easy day. That's kind of weird to say. I wish I could have been doing more, but I needed to really give my right shin just as much rest as possible. So I've just been doing slower walks. If it starts to improve a bit, I still may do a max step day at the end. I'd really like to see if I can get 150,000 steps in a day. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, thanks for joining me on the journey, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next video. Bye for now.